What impact did the Cold War have on 50s society? Imagine a time when everyone was watching the skies and listening for sirens, yet also dreaming of a bright future. The Cold War shaped the entire decade in ways that still influence us today. It was a period of tension between the United States and the Soviet Union, but it also affected how people thought, behaved, and built their lives. People felt both excitement and worry about what was to come. During the 1950s, the fear of nuclear war was everywhere. Families built bomb shelters in their backyards and practiced drills in school to prepare for possible attacks. This created a sense of constant vigilance, but it also made people feel protected, knowing they were doing something to stay safe. The government promoted the idea that America was strong and ready to defend itself, which boosted national pride. The Cold War also pushed society toward conformity. People were encouraged to fit in, to be normal, and to show their loyalty to American values. If someone questioned the government or held radical beliefs, they could be seen as suspicious. Many Americans worried about being labeled un-American or communist sympathizers. This led to a climate of suspicion where neighbors and coworkers sometimes reported each other to authorities. Hollywood and the arts were not immune to these fears. Many movies and TV shows reflected themes of espionage, loyalty, and the threat of invasion. Artists and writers often kept their opinions quiet to avoid trouble. The government even investigated Hollywood figures for possible communist ties, leading to blacklists that kept some talented people from working. At home, the ideal family was the nuclear family: mom, dad, and children living in a suburban house. This image was promoted heavily through advertising and media. Religious organizations grew stronger, emphasizing faith as a shield against what was called godless communism. Churches became community centers, and religious messages were woven into patriotic stories. The Cold War also changed how people prepared for the future. Families kept emergency supplies, and highways were built to move troops quickly if needed. Schools held nuclear attack drills, and many families bought radios and televisions to stay informed. These measures made people feel both safer and more anxious at the same time. Despite these worries, the 1950s was a time of prosperity for many. The economy was booming, and families could buy new homes, cars, and household appliances. Veterans returning from World War II used the GI Bill to go to college or buy homes, fueling a baby boom and the growth of the middle class. However, not everyone shared equally in this prosperity. Women who had worked during the war were expected to return to traditional roles at home. African Americans and other minorities still faced discrimination, and their struggles for civil rights grew louder. The focus on unity sometimes made it harder to talk openly about these issues. In the end, the Cold War left a deep mark on the 1950s. It brought new comforts and routines, but also created fears and restrictions. Many people looked forward to a better life, yet they kept a watchful eye on the horizon. This mix of hope and caution makes the decade memorable and continues to influence how we see that era today.